And celebrate I will, when you received word of Ehrenwald's safe return. Now I know some of you could go and do with a rest, but I'm sorry to say that Telephoroi have some other plans. Pagalthon is already under siege. 'Tis good to hear that Ul'dah has not abandoned the Amalja. To abandon them? Did we not profess to be their friends? Ah, it's Papashan! Nor is Ul'dah alone in this resolve. The other alliance nations have likewise dispatched troops to Paglothan. Not all of the omens are grim. Our forces report that despite the proximity to Lunar Bahamut, none of the Amalja have shown signs of tempering. It may well be that Lunar Bahamut differs in some fundamental manner. If that were true, anyone could fight him. And Valkyrian and the others like him wouldn't have to shoulder the burden alone. An airship awaits to bear you to the front. Heck yeah, we're gonna fight. We're gonna win. It was kind of her to speak with us personally. You may be certain that she has no shortage of other responsibilities. Yeah, but we're the ones putting our necks on the line. Well, I'm for one am inclined to do as her grace requests, lest we forget. Ehrenwald and Fordola are in Indeed, to the airship then! Ah, Ul'dah. My home away from home. Actually, my home away from home is in the lavender beds, but you know what I mean. Actually, no, that just is my home. What am I talking about? Pagalthon now accessible. Alright. Where are we dropping? Ooh, I like this music. Yeah, I'm going to call it now. I'm going to make a prediction while we're running through this. Ehrenwald is going to die. He is going to do so... Oh, it's the kobolds. They're going to do so by sacrificing himself to save Fordola. Thus giving, a guilt complex to Fordola as, like, the one person who actually believed in her. And, like, had her back. Died to make sure she had a chance to redeem herself. And don't you dare try and fire breath me. You want a fire breath? This is horribly efficient, but I'll show you how to do it. There. Hey, dragons! Leave that kobold alone! That's a dragon? Take the lightning to the lightning rod. Ow. Okay, don't stay at the lightning rod. Just stand behind you. Oh, Trixie. You actually had something in mind for that. So as we're closing out, I'm actually very curious where all of this is actually going. Like, I know Endwalker is supposed to bring about, like, oh, they're recreating the final days and all that stuff. But it's really kind of, I'm kind of curious, like, what all this stuff, like the Lunar Bahamut and the towers.
Oh no, you don't.
All are they're gonna tie into this entire thing. I mean, I get the big theme so far in these last few, like, setup chapters have really been trying to unite all of Eorzea under, like, a single group, settle all of everyone's individual disputes with each other type of thing. You know, you had the beast tribes settled, and then in this one you're dealing with, like, working with the dragons. What is this? Preparing to fire. Okay. Stay out of the fire. I like how the dragons are called Tello dragons. They're like part of the Telephoroi now. I mean, it looks like this is literally the end right over here, but I don't see, like, a final boss or anything. Makes me wonder what's gonna happen. Oh. Haha. Well, I like the wheat and everything in the fields. This is actually really just pretty. I mean, other than, like, all the mass death and fire and everything. But just, like, the golden fields of wheat. Thanks, Tiamat. Ah! God, get in here. So I know some of you are probably watching this and thinking, hey, those aren't dragons, those are giant turtles. What's the deal there? And the answer actually comes from a very interesting chart you can find in the Encyclopedia Eorzea book. Imagine each dragon is essentially Eevee from Pokemon, and depending on the conditions and situations, they will grow and develop in different forms. If they are more in an environment where they need more flight, they'll grow and lose their forelegs and instead sprout wings, which leads into an entire developmental line of them growing up having 2 wings, 2 larger wings, and 2 hind legs. And the reason there's turtles is because if they're based more on ground and need something like to repel threats. Telotherium lunar Bahamut. See, he's a Cthulhu. He's got all the weird tentacle junk on his head. All I say, I need you to limit break the hell out of him. Still not as powerful as Donald Duck, but... well, I did that by the seat of my pants. Yeah, we killed Lunar Bahamut. But the real question is, did we get a trading card? By your deeds we are set free, and free we shall remain, as long as I draw breath. Never again will the dragons of Mericidia hearken to the lies of Asians. This I vow.
Long have our peoples waged war, but no more.
Yay!
It is the Guardians who are deserving of our fury.
Well, yeah. Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice... close. Oh crap! Why is it gooey?
What in Relga's name happened here?
And why is it gooey? Oh yeah, this is exactly what they did with the binding coil.
No!
Haha, I called it. And celebrate I will, when you received word of Ehrenwald's safe return. Would I come to treat you to a hero's welcome, but I bear urgent news from the place. As our troops withdrew from Pakthon, they came upon 2 scouts sent to a nearby tower. I have yet to hear the full account, but it seems one of them, your friend, I believe, has been wounded. Would you mind going after Alphinaud? He may need support from someone other than me. Fine. I'm taller than you. Shut up. But I'm still stuck on the gooey people sealed in walls thing. That was honestly very disturbing all of a sudden. Right, where is this place that you want us to go? Oh, okay, it's at the Alchemist Guild. I can work with that. Another one come to see the lad in the silver armor. Master Dameliot is currently attending to him as we speak. What did Master Tillemont said? Tell me his exact words. Shut up, Alphinaud, and let the nice doctors do their job. Dead.
May we see him?
No. Oh, I'm sorry.
You can't save everyone. No one can. Not even the warrior of bloody light.
Hey, screw you. I'm right here. I want to know what his hood looks like when he puts it on. Because this looks like a big metal plate with no openings. Where does that go in this whole thing? Does that cover his eyes? Is that just on top here? If so, what is the point? I am deeply fascinated by that fashion choice. It's probably not what I should be thinking at such a dramatic moment. But there it is.
You need to grow up, little man. Before your sparkling ideals get everyone killed.
Too late. You already let that happen once. Meanwhile, I contribute nothing to this conversation. I know. There's nothing more I can do here. Come, let's rejoin the others. I'm taller than you. Shut it. Ah, this is the fragrant room.
Your Grace, pray forgive us our lateness.
No.
No. Pippin, pray relate to our guests the details of Fordola's account.
Messed up, yo! There's goo everywhere. It's gooey and sticky. We don't like it.
Upon closer inspection, I realized that the towers bear a striking resemblance to a much larger structure which Urianger and I observed from afar during our visit to the Imperial capital.
That means there's more gooey stuff in Garlemald. Ah.
Observers at several other towers bore witness to the emergence of further such entities.
My character has no reaction to this news.
That our talks with the Amalja have reached an agreeable conclusion. They have pledged their full support to our cause.
Yay!
As hope leads to victory, shall victory lead to a new dawn for Eorzea.
How many new dawns are we going to have? I assume one a day, but... Right, then. Unless anyone has any objections, I think it's time we return to the Rising Stones. I object. And that includes you, Alphinaud. Alrenwald is in good hands here. It would be good to be home. I have some thinking to do. Kryl, in particular, has a few matters which she is keen to discuss. One of which concerns you, Estinian. Believe it or not. You will join us, won't you? Fine. Really? I thought you were, avoiding that Baldesian woman, quote-unquote. If I refused, she would only pursue me. She always pursues me, Alphinaud. Let's get this over with, shall we?
But many questions remain regarding the reason for the summonings. Until such questions are answered, we will struggle to devise an effective strategy for thwarting the Telophori's stated aim. Nothing less than the destruction of this star. And so, given the gravity of the situation, I move that we petition the aid of Charlian. But were the final days to be reenacted, it would spell doom for us all. Surely even they cannot turn a blind eye to that.
Yes, they can. If not, my coat and cuteness will have to get me through it.
We were wondering, when was the last time Heidelin spoke to you directly?
Thursday.
Might not the explanation for that lie with her choice of champion? Mayhap she is content to trust in his judgment.
No.
But following my
Estinian, we stand on the eve of a struggle that will decide the fate of this star. Will you join us?
No.
And do try not to let the Forum embroil you in their politics. A forlorn hope, I know, given the individuals involved.
I shall do my very best. Farewell.
Bye, Kryl. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace.
But the seeds have been sown, my lord. We have only to wait for them to quicken.
They're balancing the books?
My lord, while I appreciate that it is not an easy decision, it really is past time you chose your weapon. Not quite what I was expecting, though I will say, it does seem rather apt.
Really? Do we get to see it? I mean, considering I've seen the preview stuff for Endwalker, I've got a good hunch about what it is.